Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Magic. Today we're talking about a moment so tiny, so subtle, that many people didn't even notice it. But from this very moment, one of the biggest misunderstandings in the fandom began to explode. Before their trip began, everything felt relaxed as usual, until suddenly Jungkook held Jimin's hand and said, "Jimin, have a good trip." It sounded simple, but the grip Jungkook didn't release, the look in their eyes, and the tone between them said something else. Something only the two of them understood. And that was when everything changed. The scene was twisted, cut, turned into theories, and eventually blown up into drama by people who didn't even really watch what was happening. When in fact, the truth was simple. What was implied was far stronger than what was seen. Today, we're gonna break everything down detail by detail, because often, the truth hides in the little touches they accidentally let slip. It all began with a moment that seemed meaningless to outsiders, yet it became the root of one of the biggest misunderstandings in the fandom. Before their trip started, the atmosphere was just like always. Relaxed, warm, filled with the natural rhythm that appears whenever Jimin and Jungkook are together. Then suddenly, with his signature playful tone, the kind only someone who knows Jimin very well would use, Jungkook said, while holding Jimin's hand, "Jimin, have a good trip." Jimin reacted instantly with laughter. He, more than anyone, understands Jungkook's absurd humor. With a cute, confused expression, he said, "Who says that while shaking hands? Nobody, right?" But Jungkook didn't stop. With a small smile and mischievously squinted eyes, he replied, "Why not?" He clearly stretched the moment on purpose, not because of the joke, but because he wanted to see Jimin's reaction. As usual, Jimin followed the flow. "Because it's just a normal trip," he said. Jungkook answered dramatically, "No, it's work." Jimin laughed, playing along. "I'm very alert, you know?" Jungkook ended it with, "It's work." And Jimin echoed, "Yes, work," in a teasing tone. But what made the moment truly Jikook wasn't the dialogue. It was the tiny detail many people chose to ignore. Jungkook didn't let go of Jimin's hand. His grip stayed soft, consistent, and far longer than any formal gesture. Even when Jimin started pulling back, Jungkook held on for a moment, like a wordless signal saying, "Wait, I'm not done talking." These little things, the grip, the delay before letting go, the matching laughter, form their silent language, a language only they understand. But some people ignored all of this. They cut the video, removed context, changed the narrative. And the loudest ones twisting it? The Taekookers, who have been trying to protect their collapsing theories for years. Ironically, their intensity in monitoring Jimin and Jungkook is almost equal to Jikook fans. Every second is analyzed, every movement forced into their preferred narrative. When in reality, Jungkook's behavior toward Taeyong and toward Jimin is completely different. With Taeyong, he's spontaneous and unfiltered, like with an old friend. But with Jimin, his tone changes. His way of touching changes. The way he leans in changes. Softer, more attentive, more personal. When these differences became too obvious to deny, some theories fell apart. And that was exactly when the biggest karma appeared. The truth came directly from the staff and Jungkook himself. For days, haters pushed the narrative that Jungkook was forced to film, pressured, and didn't want to go on the trip with Jimin. But when the episode aired, the staff said, "Actually, this was Jungkook's idea." And Jungkook calmly confirmed, "Yes, that's right. I didn't expect them to use it, but in the end we did what I suggested." What Jungkook meant was not, "I didn't want to go," but, "I didn't expect my idea to be chosen." In other words, the surprise at the beginning of the episode wasn't something forced on Jungkook. It was his idea. And this happened only 4 days after he finished his military service. This is what completely destroys the false theories. After 18 months living together on base, 24 hours a day, eating together, sleeping in the same environment, having the same routines, the first thing Jungkook chose to do with his new freedom wasn't spending time alone or taking personal space. It was spending time with Jimin, traveling with Jimin, filming a show with Jimin. Who does that after living side by side for a year and a half? The answer is simple. Someone comfortable, happy, and deeply connected. This becomes even more relevant when we reach the next misunderstood moment. The scene at Jimin's apartment door. 2 years ago, we saw Jungkook opening Jimin's apartment with the passcode, without hesitation, like it was his second home. So when, in the new episode, the staff had to contact Jimin's mother for the updated password, haters immediately assumed they'd grown distant. But the details say the opposite. First, Jungkook immediately tried opening the door with his fingerprint. Nobody does that with someone else's home unless they're used to it. He reacted like someone who normally has access, not an outsider. Second, he wasn't surprised that he didn't have access. He was surprised the system changed. Remember, they just came back from military service after months away. It's perfectly normal for passwords to be updated and fingerprints to need re-registering. Third, when his fingerprint failed, Jungkook instantly suggested contacting Jimin's mother. He didn't hesitate. He didn't question it. He spoke naturally, like someone familiar with Jimin's family dynamic. When Jimin finally opened the door, his reaction was natural. No awkwardness, no distance, no shock. Just two people who are incredibly used to each other. But the most shocking moment, the moment that silenced the entire fandom, happened in Switzerland. A short but intense clip. The moment Jimin suddenly held Jungkook's face with both hands and pulled him closer. His movements were gentle, intimate, full of familiarity. And even more surprising, Jungkook immediately lifted his hand to touch Jimin's face back. No pause, no hesitation. Two people holding each other's faces, bodies leaning forward, distance almost zero. That is not the body language of just friends. That is the body language of two people with deep intimacy, whose reflexes don't come from practice or camera settings, but from long-formed habit. It lasted only a second, but time doesn't measure meaning. On that quiet path, with cameras in front of them, they forgot they were filming, or maybe they didn't care. What surfaced was pure instinct, showing that their closeness remained, even after 18 months without filming together. And when we put together these major moments, the apartment door scene and the near kiss in Switzerland, the real conclusion becomes clearer than ever. There is no distance. There is no coldness. Nothing has changed, except the apartment password. What remains is the same. Their looks, their natural touches, and the familiar rhythm that returned instantly, like those 18 months never passed. Thank you for watching Jikook Magic. If you felt the energy too, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. There's still so much truth we're going to uncover together. See you in the next video. And remember, in the world of Jikook, small details aren't just details, they're evidence.